I want to explain why Tommy Robinson is the way that he is. And my previous video, I called him an Irish Zionist. Tommy Robinson is of an Irish background, and he probably grew up not feeling English enough. He probably felt that he didn't fit in because his parents were from another country, and he changed his name. When he was young, he took the name of his stepfather as well. So I would imagine he had a bit of an identity crisis growing up. And sometimes you can hate the thing that you are. And if you're an outsider, as he was, you can end up trying to overcompensate for it. And the fact that he wound up in right-wing organisations and has a background in football hooliganism, and he was a former member of the BNP, I think highlights his struggle to find an identity. And the Irish aspect of it is interesting. Looking at Ireland, for example, one of the Loyalist killers, a terrorist called Michael Stone, who is a renowned killer. He threw hand grenades at a Republican funeral. His mother, so he's an Ulster Loyalist, however, he was born in England, he was not born in Ulster. His mother's maiden name was Bridget O'Neill, and she left him shortly after he was born. And by his own admission, he suspects that she was a Roman Catholic. And this is somebody who grew up to be a fanatic of an ideology that hates Catholics, yet his mother was likely an Irish Catholic, Bridget O'Neill, and you can tell from the name. Similarly, other Loyalist killers, the Shankill Butchers, one of the Shankill Butchers, Loyalist murderers from Belfast, his name was Hugh Murphy, and he changed his name to Lenny Murphy. But similarly, again, the surname Murphy in the north of Ireland would stand out as being a typically Catholic name, and this is someone who grew up as a Protestant and was bullied in school by kids who said, "Oh well, your nanny and granddad must have been Catholic. You must have converted at some point." And he grew to have such a vicious hatred of Catholics that he became one of the Shankill Butchers who went around murdering Catholics indiscriminately. So I think these are examples of something within you leading you to hate something you might actually be yourself. Similarly, the Pulse nightclub shooter about 18 months ago, who murdered many people at a gay nightclub, was then found out to have been in homosexual liaisons himself. So perhaps a self-hating homosexual. People say that Adolf Hitler had some Jewish heritage, and maybe that's why he grew to hate Jewish people. But Tommy Robinson grew up in England, probably feeling that he didn't fit in, probably wanting to be more English than the English. Meanwhile, around him was this Islamic community, and he talks about how many of his best friends became Muslim. I've heard rumours that his sister also became Muslim. I can't confirm whether that's true or not, but because he saw Muslim people around him doing bad things and turning to fanaticism, he made it about Muslims, and he's always very quick to say, how am I racist? How am I racist? What race is a Muslim? But you've got a background in racist politics, Tommy, and it's no coincidence that your name crops up in the BNP and other far-right political groupings. However, Tommy Robinson does have a point.